They have not spoken. But I know numerous presidents of Nigeria have had these colossal problems. It was a game. Just for you not to produce. You have oil, you can't manage. It's stage managed. Nigerians are used as agents, and then they retarded Nigeria. In every inch, they were making money. These were type of games. This happened with me. So, but to dig deep into the real tenure of the history of the government is today an offense. Many newspaper houses will not accept. Many journalists will not accept. They have already the old literature in their minds formed, and this is the way it was. There are already investments going on another type first of bunkering. Another type, bunkering on land, away and far away from sea. We are going to see something unless we have a leadership that care for Nigeria, that will carry Nigerians along, that will get Nigerians educated, that will create a barrier from this monster and the managers of the monster at home and outside. We are in for a very big problem.
Hello, my great and wonderful people. How una day? I hope all of una day well. Today, fire don't dey for mountain. I believe say una sabi that man when it be say we use the old video from the introduction when it be Abacha main man. Remember a few days ago or a few weeks ago, we equally bring a video of this man, how he be say it review a lot of things concerning Boko Haram and Sambisa Forest. Say the game with Boko Haram and Sambisa Forest say na calculated game between the old politician of this country and also external body, right? Now, this man don't come outside today when it be the 6th of December 2022 to review more of the things when it be say Nigerians not they aware of. This video is long a little bit. I beg you, take your time to watch this video from the beginning to the end. I pray, may these people allow this man live. Remember Obadiah my Lafia. Now, so that man still come outside, just like this man take come outside today. And as we talk now, Obadiah my Lafia, not they alive again because of the truth and the revelation when it be say the review when it will enlighten Nigerians. All right. Before we go on, I beg help us to like this video because now the only way we want to say YouTube will fit help us recommend this video to each and every one of us all over the world. The more this video get likes, the more that they recommend them to people. Now their own policy now be that very one. Now watch the video. We'll come back to review more things to you when it day our mind.
When General Abacha came to power, numerous things happened. First of all, he was also confronted by IMF, World Bank, and some of these instances on the same issue that led to the failure of General Buhari when he was military head of state, currency devaluation. General Abacha now fought to say, instead of that, we shall establish economic council that is strong and big enough, and we will comply based on practicality. Naira was tagged, everybody knew, to 82 in black market, 22 in official rate. That was the first time Abacha shot himself on the foot. The second, Abacha now didn't stop there. He said, there are opportunities open for us to create LNG for Nigeria and for Africa. A source, correct, a source for us to fall back to as a rich country that is blessed. Abacha shot himself, number 3. Second, Abacha had an option to allow all the refineries to die. So they will be importing oil. Abacha refused. It was in this process, I will tell you something here. Experience. One of the GMDs ran to me in the night and said, and I quote, "My life is in danger." The memo was submitted.
GMD of NNPC.
GMD of one of no MD of one of the refineries. He came to me. He later became GMD. Me, he is me. He talked to. He said I should save him. What? He said there are some certain forces from the Ministry of Petroleum and NNPC itself that have submitted memo to the president. He said everything in that memo, all the hundreds of millions of dollars are lies. How? He now come to tell me. He said, don't you see, go take the memos and take a look at them. We opened the office of the president late in the night. I brought out all these memos and we went through. We took dictionaries and get any type of dictionary in the world. These spare parts, they said, to be able to achieve turnaround maintenance. Look at this word. I saw a word I cannot pronounce. But the amount of money per unit, per hundreds of units required to be able to do turnaround maintenance was scary. He said, pronounce this name. Was okay, let's look for it in dictionary. Anything. Okay, let's look at petrochemical dictionary. Began to resort to call people no meaning.
Fabricated words.
They fabricate what they do. If, for example, television, the word television is in dictionary. Before the word T, they will add some figures and some name and some letters. In between television, they will add some more. At the end, they will add some more. How do you pronounce it? That is the way it is. Now you see allocated to that. Say per unit, for example, $50,000 times 3,000. In the meantime, is nothing. It's just a game. So at the end of the day, you see, to be able to do turnaround maintenance, the colossal amount of money is too huge. And
It's even enough to...
CD Care is the smartest way to buy anything in Nigeria today. Immediately you download the CD Care app, you'll be able to pay.
And
It's even enough to build fresh
more.
refineries.
Even medium refineries at the end of the day. And then the moment you do turnaround maintenance, you will be settled with the word sabotage. Is no longer functioning. Brain box, brain this. At the end of the day. So presidents over presidents and presidents, they have not spoken. But I know numerous presidents of Nigeria have had these colossal problems. It was a game. Just for you not to produce. You have oil, you can't manage. It's stage managed. Nigerians are used as agents, and then they retarded Nigeria. In every inch, they were making money. These were type of games. This happened with me. Now, another thing was the issue of Vision 2010. After Abacha left, was halted. It couldn't go. PTF was halted. It couldn't go. The issue of plan for dredging were halted. These were to make Nigeria great. Abacha was now abused, called names, they terminated him. Up to now, they are abusing him. So, but to dig deep into the real tenure of the history of the government is today an offense. Many newspaper houses will not accept. Many journalists will not accept. They have already the old literature in their minds formed, and this is the way it was. Now, 1999 to 2007, Jonathan came to power. Correction, 1999, there was a government. But rather than allowing the turnaround maintenance, now democracy, this democracy we are talking about, rather than building more refineries, even if they are medium, something devilish was introduced. It is called subsidy. The same thing Tafawa Balewa rejected and Dik. The same thing Murtala rejected. The same thing Gawan rejected that gave birth to their exits now was reintroduced in a bigger manner, in the dirtiest manner. At this time, some new additional types of bunkering were introduced in Nigeria, which is the type Channel newspaper just discovered oil theft lately. It's an old thing. There are too many in thousands and thousands in your onshore, offshore locations where you have your riches. Nigerians are far away from knowing this. So that came to the fore. The subsidy continued till this moment. And then refineries were stopped from working. But importation was the order. Now this continued until President Jonathan came. President Jonathan came and Okonjo-Iweala took it upon herself, knowing the colossal of money being spent as Minister of Finance, out of patriotism, out of love of Nigeria, knowing the resources we have. She stood her ground. What happened to her? Her parents harassed, her mother kidnapped. She had to keep quiet. Subsidy had to continue. All the rallies we have had on subsidy, the elites involved are taking money to get it promoted. And nobody could stop it. The government of the day, President Buhari, in one of his promises, campaign promises to Nigerians, is what? Stop subsidy. He said so. And then the major question he asked in one of his campaigns is, who is subsidizing who? When we get there, we'll sort it out. He has been here 7 years plus, subsidy is getting stronger. The question is Whose investment is the subsidy? Who is killing the refineries? You are now discovering more oil in Northeast. What is to come?
More
There
damage.
are already investments going on another type first of bunkering. Another type, bunkering on land, away and far away from sea. We are going to see something unless we have a leadership that care for Nigeria, that will carry Nigerians along, that will get Nigerians educated, that will create a barrier from this monster problems. And so the tiny little peanuts they are being given, many of our elders, many of those who are opportunistic, they found themselves in places whether as civil servants or as politicians, are the problems of this country, not the majority poor who don't even know what is going on. Another, this is as at today. Now the question I'm talking about, this is concerning oil only. Oil that we have and Northeast in Nigeria. Northeast, to start with, designed by God Almighty, is the richest part of Africa. Nobody, no part of Africa is as rich as Northeastern Nigeria. Anything on Eastern Nigeria is rich. Southeast, the amount of stones, the amount of oil and gas, coal and gold are enormous. People don't know. You see in Southeast, even this red sand, you see, that in the ancient day, when people get married, they take the red sand and adorn their huts. It's gold.
Gold.
Yes. Chinese are taking it today in hundreds of thousands of containers. They are taking it to the sea. You don't have the machine to refine it. But for how long have they been doing that? And at any time you ask, they say, no, we are taking your son to prepare fertilizer for you. And then immigration, custom, and police every day. That's why custom, if they are to talk to at the departure point, in all our seaports, Port Harcourt, Calabar, Warri, Tinkan Island, Apapa Port, ask custom. All these things they are taking out. What excuses were they given? If these things are real, they are going making fertilizer for Nigeria's usage. How much are they paying you to take it out?
What stops us from producing our own fertilizer in Nigeria?
I'm coming to talk to you on even fertilizer and the game being played against us.
So,
Fertilizer alone is another heavy, serious, dangerous matter. This is going on. Unabated, hundreds of billions of dollars are being made. This country is rich as it is, becoming impoverished every day. I give you an example before I go into agriculture, fertilizer. The budget 2022 is a budget of deficit. No leader can look at it and go by the yardstick of management of economy of any country to say the provisions in that budget is what you will use, and then there will be succor for Nigerians when 2024 comes. It will be a big problem to manage 2023 with that budget. There will be a lot of social problems. That's why we, on our own and out of patriotism, now decided to look at Nigeria from outside, from electronic means openings. Nobody gave us one kobo. But there are foreigners who care for Nigeria. There are institutions who care for Nigeria around the world. They receive us. We have data.
you have data.
We have data. If you give me opportunity, I know how to create hundreds of billions for Nigeria with ease. And if we are settled as commander-in-chief, I guarantee you, mark this statement, record this, and air it to everybody. Tell them, I say, I know how to create trillions, 2.7 trillion per annum using what God has given us, using international market, minus the unseen hand that have been destroying us since 1956. There is a game. God didn't consult any of us to say, I'm creating you a Nigerian. God didn't consult us to say, I have given you these resources. He subjected us to come as Nigerians to face trial. Trial to know who we are, where we are, and what to do with it. How come we are rich, we don't care for ourselves? How come the poorest poor are being regarded and counted with us as Nigerians? How come we be this rich?
All right, my great and wonderful people, I believe say una don't listen to that video from the beginning to the end. You know, our prayer, just as we talked before, may they allow this man live. Yes, not only our fear, not be this very one. Because season to season, We always dey see people like this when it be say God grant the grace to stand and speak out concerning some certain deep secrets when it be say even if they leave you and me for another 100 years, when we not dey close to this seat of power, there is no way when it be say we will take come to realize all these things. But how these people take they end up, this one are the questions when it be say each and every one of us need to ask ourselves. We don't see a lot of people like this rise just to break the yoke. Before we know what they happen, the system break them down. That is why we use Dr. Obadiah Mai Lafia as a case study right from the beginning. Now, ask yourself, all the details going to be said this man review during this very interview, whether anyone they when it be say you yourself not they acquainted to. Like even the red sound when it be say it they talk right now, I could still vividly remember how it be say Chinese even up to date they use timber, sharp timber, shabe till they load this red sand all around Edo State, Ikpobahi, and so many other places when it be say they get all this red sand, they carry, they enter wharf through the wharf to the sea. Then this man at the come outside to us with the see and say na normal thing. Just enter all the moats around Benin, Edo State, and so many other places. If you dey villages where it be say it get red sand, you will understand wetin we dey talk right now. It come to a point concerning this red sand when it be say I even confront one of my friends that time and ask and say this red sand when it be say this Chinese they carry for our land so. Now very important something. He said now ordinary sand, maybe they just use that they do one or two things. And I say if you know they important to them, Chinese no will leave their own land. Come they load red sand all the way from Chinese to Nigeria. If you know they precious. I believe so now don't see the revelation behind this red sand now. And so many other things when we say this man reveal. We can't become a nation when it be say he filled up to the brim with riches and wealth, where it be say it will feel elevate even to the least of Nigerians for this soil, and we still they wallow in a very deep poverty. Tell me, wetin these people they benefit for these very things? Since when it be said that they enrich themselves with the small peanuts, when it be said these people, these external agents, they give to them. Tell me, wetin they don't benefit? Wetin they be the transformation when it be say don't transform their family, rather than this witchcraft practices? When it be say if they even they make them, they end up in early grave. Tell me, if you gain all the riches of this nation right from 1960 till now, and you not still they satisfied, a lot of now when it be say it put Nigeria to this very seat, when it be say all of us day to day, a lot of now don't dilute these riches and wealth. Tell me how long you will still continue to dwell in this ignorance when it be say you don't want Nigerians to grow and see the light of the day. It pains us to the bone to see all these things they afford. And the worst part of these things not pass, they say, for the wise Nigerians to go on and team up with this man right now, protect this man and the interests of this man, just as you don't see this man talk for this very interview, say take count to anywhere he ready to defend this word, and if you give her the opportunity, he will feel make billions and trillions out of this nation when it be say it will make this nation a better place. And instead for Nigerians to rally around this kind of person right now to protect him and also find a way to make sure say we get more for this person to break this yoke before we know what they happen. And now we Nigerians will still release this man for these people to kill. And after people like this don't go, it dey hard for us to see another one when it be say it will stand out. This one are our message to each and every one of us. May we try to protect our hero. We thought say this person are innocent or not saint, no. But he get the key of things when it be say you no know, me no know. Yes. Now waiting the important and it be that very one. All right. I will leave you to share your own opinion concerning this matter with us for the comment section, even as we draw the line here. And before we say final goodbye, I beg help us to like this video. because video like this need to reach every hands of every Nigerians all across the globe. The more this video get likes, the more YouTube they recommend them to people. Now their own policy now it be that very one. Thank you for your great support.